We begin tonight on the front lines of the crisis on the southern border. We tell you it's getting worse every day, and that's because it is. We're now at the point where state governors are taking matters into their own hands, or at least trying to. The latest is Texas Governor Greg Abbott. He signed a new law late yesterday that essentially gives Texas police the ability to arrest and deport anyone they suspect of being here illegally. The law is already being challenged in court by the ACLU, San Antonio County, and 2 immigrant groups. But Abbott is only one of several governors, both Democrat and Republican, who are furious at the fecklessness of federal policy, or lack thereof, when it comes to curbing the tsunami of illegal migrants inundating the border. NewsNation's Ali Bradley is live for us in Lukeville, Arizona, the busiest crossing on the border, and where Arizona's governor has called up the National Guard. Ali, what are you seeing there today?
Yeah, these governors responding to these numbers that we were able to get from CBP sources here, Elizabeth. So what we're learning is it was a record-breaking day of crossings across the southern border yesterday. Sources confirming to NewsNation more than 12,500 people crossed yesterday alone. And that is in part why these governors are taking matters into their own hands and taking action. Now, Tucson sector did lead the charge. However, it's being surpassed pretty handedly by the Del Rio sector, which is where Eagle Pass is. So let's take you there and show you some video that NewsNation has been able to get from Eagle Pass on the ground there, which, of course, is very, very busy. We know thousands of illegal immigrants are still outside right now. I just heard from neighboring Kinney County Sheriff, who says there are 3,500 people outside right now waiting to be transported and processed. Elizabeth, right now there are more than 5,000 people in a soft-sided facility that's only supposed to hold about 1,500. So that's some explanation of what's going on down there. And this new law that we're talking about here is SB 4. That's something that is pretty much an extension of Operation Lone Star, something that we've been able to report on there. But it will allow local law enforcement to basically enforce this law. It makes entering into Texas a state crime. It makes it illegal. So the local law enforcement would be able to enforce that law, but not until March. They have a 90-day waiting period here. So I mentioned that extension of Operation Lone Star. We saw it firsthand. We were riding along last week with the DPS brush team, who also were allowed to, at that point, arrest people for criminal trespass. Now, this would kind of jump that, because if they can prove anybody crossed illegally, they'd be able to arrest them under this new SB 4 law. It will allow any law enforcement officer to arrest anyone who they can prove crossed into the country, into the state of Texas illegally, and have them immediately returned to Mexico. Now, the first offense would be a misdemeanor, but if they returned again, that could be a charge of a felony. And of course, that would dash any of their hopes or dreams of getting asylum here, Elizabeth.
All right, NewsNation's Ali Bradley on the border. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.